the way of funding. I like to control my own fate in local government, and getting caught up with too much federal grant money is a problem. One thing that we have done, particularly we have a downtown development authority, which is, I could go on for about 2 hours on that subject, and tax increment financing and unelected boards spending a couple $1 million a year. But all that aside, we have found ways. We've created a nonprofit for the city. People who really do care about issues, or they want to fund a particular project in the park, we have the nonprofit so that they can donate the money and they can get the tax treatment that they want. And within reason, we can help implement their wish in a thoughtful way. So we've gone, if you will, to the private sector on most of that. We're fortunate that we have donors that have the ability and the desire to do that in our community.
Yeah, I just want a quick note on that, parks. Everybody loves parks. I love parks. I go to parks. I love parks. That's a big one. Local communities get caught up a lot in, oh, we can get this grant. If we put $10,000 in, they'll give us $50,000 for a park. Okay, so now we got the park. Who's maintaining the park? I think any grant should have a plan in and how they're going to maintain it, how they're going to do that. And again, I love parks. I have a park. I love parks. I go to parks.
A word of warning about these grants real quick. There's a new trend in grants. It was started by the Obama administration. And the most recent example of this is something called the SAFER grant. It's being utilized by fire departments, primarily unionized ones across the state right now. And what it is it's our taxpayer dollars, which are being used to guarantee union firemen jobs. And while guaranteeing jobs isn't a problem, in most of your municipalities that have collective bargaining agreements, your rights as taxpayers and the rights of our elected officials, like Jeff here, are so watered down and so diminished that the only mechanism that they have to control their department is the layoff. Most counties that agree to SAFER grants don't tell their residents about the fine print, which is that there's a requirement within those grants that municipality not lay off any firemen for 24 months upon accepting $1 of that money. That effectively removes any power that your local unit of government has to control that service on your behalf. So I would highly... SAFER? SAFER is what it's called. Yes, sir? So watch those grants. A lot of them have strings attached, and they're bad business, and they're bad for you.
Great. Well, we got... rather than reading her comment, I'm going to let her make the comment.
I was just thinking when we were talking about, was it the EMS, that if anything is unconstitutional or seems to have problems with constitutionality, it is not a small caveat. It is very serious, and we should not ever allow those kinds of things to pass or accept them as citizens.
Okay, and we're going to end on that note. So the debate rages on about emergency financial managers. I'd like to thank Terry, Jeff, and Simon for being a part of this panel. It was a great, diverse panel with different backgrounds, and I hope it was informational for everyone. I hope we could walk away from this today, and everyone could go back to their local communities and figure out how to become activists, how to become candidates. And if you have any questions for any of them, I'm sure they'll be willing to answer privately and maybe even be contacted. I won't give you away their contact information. You can let them do it. But thank you very much.